Coming up at 5:30, body in the water. Authorities in Live Oak pulling a body from the water, but still have not disclosed who it is.
Plus, out of sight, out of mind, a string of overnight car burglaries that'll have you locking up.
Also, a family nightmare. A woman steals hundreds of thousands of dollars from an elderly man, and the family has no idea.
And the weekend is almost here. We'll get you all set with a look at the area's only live Doppler radar. Eyewitness News at 5:30 starts now.
Live from the WCTV studios, this is Eyewitness News at 5:30. Coverage you can count on.
The 5:30 starts with breaking news. The search for a missing 9-year-old autistic boy in Live Oak going on day 3. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm AJ Hilton.
And I'm Abby Walton. Live Oak Police Chief Buddy Williams announced around noon today that they did find the body of a young boy in a pond about a quarter of a mile from Leo Walker's home. A little before that, they had called off volunteer search parties, but they have not confirmed that it is the body of Leo Walker, who went missing from his home off of Duval Street early Wednesday morning. Now, about 20 minutes ago, Williams held a press conference and he announced the latest in his search efforts.
Of course, we'll continue to keep you posted as this story continues to develop. We will have a live report at Eyewitness News at 6.
Well, this next story is a warning for everybody to make sure your vehicles, make sure they're locked up tight. Several cars in a South Georgia town were broken into last night.
Yeah, and it has the Thomas County Sheriff's Office asking for your help to find the suspects. Eyewitness News reporter Emily Johnson has the story.
Yeah, you feel violated knowing that you have a family that you're trying to protect and knowing that people are creeping around your house trying to get in or steal things. It kind of scares you a little bit.
The voice you just heard is of Dana Stewart. While she didn't want to show her face on camera, she did want to tell us how she feels about being one of last night's robbery victims. Deputies say thieves broke into Stewart's car, got into her purse, and stole $400 in cash, credit cards, a driver's license, and her social security card, as well as her children's.
To count, we have 4 right now in that general area that have been entered. Hopefully there weren't any more.
Authorities say 2 of the vehicles that were robbed in Carrington Circle, the houses were right next to each other. TCSO says another vehicle had a .380 caliber handgun stolen. Now they're actively looking to get that handgun back and out of the wrong hands.
It's been stolen, number 1, so a criminal has the gun, and number 2, a firearm on the street in hands it shouldn't be in. It's always going to be a big concern for us.
In all the cases, the vehicles were unlocked. TCSO says locking vehicles should be the #1 priority when leaving your car. In Thomasville, Emily Johnson, WCTV Eyewitness News.
The Sheriff's Office does not have any suspects right now. You can call deputies at 229-225-3300 if you have any information. Anger is simmering again in a St. Louis suburb after days of unrest following the police shooting of a black teenager.
Today, police released the name of the officer responsible in that shooting and evidence that the teenager had committed a crime. Omar Villafranca is in Ferguson, Missouri with the very latest.
Ferguson police say the unarmed black teenager shot and killed Saturday was a suspect in a convenience store robbery. They say 18-year-old Michael Brown, 6 foot 4 inches and 292 pounds, stole a $49 box of cigars.
We got a lot of Freedom of Information requests for this tape, and at some point it was just determined that we had to release.
The disclosure of the robbery came as officials released the name of the officer who shot Brown, 6-year veteran Darren Wilson. The timing ignited more frustration in this community.
Come on, man, be for real. Why we just now finding out then?
The police chief acknowledged Officer Wilson confronting Brown was not related to the robbery.
They were walking down the middle of the street blocking traffic. That was it.
Brown's family and many protesters are accusing the nearly all-white police force of trying to draw attention away from the shooting.
If you're a 6-year veteran on the police force, you know how to approach a suspect. You don't just start shooting nobody.
Highway Patrol Captain Ron Johnson, who helped keep demonstrators calm Thursday night, says he will be back out in the crowd tonight working to keep protests peaceful. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Ferguson, Missouri.
Right now, it's not clear if formal charges have been filed against Officer Darren Wilson. However, he has been put on paid administrative leave. Attorney General Eric Holder says the Justice Department will conduct a full independent civil rights investigation into Michael Brown's death. Well, law enforcement agencies all across Tallahassee are working together to reduce gun violence.
Yeah, the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives is now getting ready to host its gun buyback program. Eyewitness News reporter Chris Groh joins us live from that buyback. Chris?
AJ, Abby, I'm actually here at Thomasville Road Baptist Church, and right here behind me, this is the receiving station. This is where members of TPD, Leon County Sheriff's Office, and other law enforcement agencies will be collecting the guns, no questions asked. That means amnesty will be provided for any guns that are turned in, even if they are stolen. Now, officials here are stressing that guns that are turned in be unloaded, placed in a case or bag, and stored in the trunk of your car. Now, once you arrive at the church, stay in your vehicle and follow the officer's instructions. If you can't make it out here, you can call TPD at 891-4200, and an officer will come to your house so that you can turn in any guns. Now, again, any guns that are turned in will have amnesty. There will be no questions asked. Officers will tell you thank you for getting another gun off the streets of Tallahassee. In fact, 2 guns have already been turned in thus far. We'll have another report live at 6. Reporting live in Tallahassee, Chris Groh, WCTV Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Well, rescuers pulled an 85-year-old man from the sea after a dive off the coast of Miami went horribly wrong. Joe Amick was in the water with his son when he went for a dive. Amick, who's been diving for about 50 years, hadn't resurfaced after about an hour, and that's when his son began to worry and made a distress call. Miami Beach Fire Rescue says Amick tried to manually inflate his vest but had issues with it. He was able to resurface but had drifted so far away from his boat that he became disoriented. Several rescue agencies spotted him and pulled him out of the water.
It's a little bit unnerving at one point. But, uncomfortable laying on the surface of the water. I came up and was, I guess, floated around there for the best part of a half hour or more.
Amick was treated by emergency crews at the scene. After being released, he drove home and is expected to be fine.
Well, thank goodness he's expected to be okay after that.
Lucky guy. Well, on my way to work today, I saw a lot of people hanging out by the pool.
You know, with our warm temps, probably the place to be. Meteorologist Mike McCall, he was by a pool recently, and he didn't jump in. I'm trying to figure out why he didn't jump in with these warm temperatures, Mike.
If I didn't have the microphone and all that stuff on, I definitely would have jumped in the Williams family's pool easily because it was delightful, and the kids weren't enjoying it. This weekend, you're going to want to find some shade or pool, or maybe a little bit of both, because we're not going to see enough in the way of cloud cover or showers to help most of us out. There's not much out there. Now, a little thunderstorm down toward the coast, it's quickly fizzling out, but a new little small shower trying to develop south parts of Tallahassee. That's really about it. There's not much else out there. And with the lack of shower activity, we've got the heat. And it doesn't look a whole lot better for the upcoming weekend. You'll see the Futurecast paints only a couple little showers. We'll show you what that means for your afternoon temps. That's coming up the rest of the forecast in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Mike. There's a new head in charge of Tallahassee's Parks and Rec, and she wants them again to be some of the best in the country. Ashley Edwards is now the department's new director. She's in charge of more than 150 full-time employees and hundreds of seasonal workers. Edwards will also oversee a budget of nearly $21 million. She says her goal is to meet the needs of residents who go to the parks by having a little something for everyone.
I think, whenever you're in charge, that's really a lot of responsibility. It rests on your shoulders, and I take that responsibility very seriously because the services and the facilities that we have are so important to the community, and so we're stewards of that resource.
Edwards will also manage more than 100 parks and rec centers in Tallahassee, along with 4,000 acres of land. Coming up, what's fading faster than first thought, plus someone was clearly watching William Shatner in Rescue 911. More on that 9-year-old hero.
And how one woman stole thousands of dollars from an elderly man and what you can do to protect yourself.